There's nothing.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good wherever you are, whatever time of day it is. We are back after taking a week off from doing the live streams, and it feels good. Doing a couple different things last week. Actually had some technical difficulties for last Tuesday's live stream. For whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, I know why it wasn't working, but my mic stopped working on Tuesday. And freaked out a little bit, figured out what the problem was, and we're back now. I was wise enough this time to do a mic check before even going on, so I know for sure that it's working now. Yeah, I've been using the Rode NT1 for the last, probably maybe like 7 years by now, maybe like 6 or 7 years. I got it pretty early on, when I started recording people, and I've been using the mic for ever since then, maybe for about 6 or 7 years. There's one mic that I used before I upgraded to this mic, and then I've just stuck with it, and I love how it sounds. I love how versatile it is. I love how it sounds great on pretty much every vocalist I've ever used it on. The absolute only thing that I don't like about this mic, which is that when it gets up to a certain temperature, it just stops working. And then there's nothing really that you can do about it other than just wait for it to cool off. So that's pretty much what happened last week. It rarely ever gets hot in the room that I'm in. As a matter of fact, most of the time is actually cold. And for whatever reason, it just got really hot in this room last week, and yeah, the mic just decided to not work. So that was a bit frustrating. I was scared and thought I had to replace the mic for a second. But nope, it was just that simple fix. Clearly it's working right now. And then Thursday, I don't remember what went on Thursday, because I think I originally had a session, or a studio session rather, scheduled for last Thursday, and also I just had a lot of other work I just wanted to get done. What did I do last Thursday? The podcast I had to edit. I think there might have been beats for someone I had to make for like a specific person. I don't remember. Something was going on last Thursday, which is why I skipped into. But whatever, it's all good. Life happens. We're back here. We're back to the live stream again. Back in business. Just getting things set up on YouTube real quick. Then we're going to get to work. Yeah, I'm also in addition to, of course, doing client work and stuff like that, I'm getting ready to start putting out my own lo-fi music. Again, I was really consistent with it last year. I was putting out like a bare minimum 2 tracks a month. This year fell off on that, unfortunately. I did put out 1 track, I think back in, it was either March or May, I don't remember. In the Building sounds good on Twitch. Perfect. So I put out like 1 track back in like, it had to be March or May. I don't remember. Probably March. I honestly don't remember when. But I put out like 1 lo-fi remix, and then I said I was gonna start putting out stuff, like at least 1 new track for the remainder of the year. I've yet to do that. Just didn't make time for it the way that I should have. But I am now, just because that's another stream. Just music streaming, and like just getting in streaming your music on Spotify, honestly, is not, for most people, is not the most lucrative thing in the world, just because of how little streaming pays and just how much streams you need to get for it to really be profitable. But at the same time, it is another stream of income. It actually does have the potential to keep growing if you do, put out music on a regular basis and just, market it correctly. And I miss making lo-fi music. I made some here and there well, recently I made some just here and there. There's an artist who I am not was working with. There's an artist who I am working with, who we were making like lo-fi rap style music, and then we kind of like switched over to trap, and now we're going back to lo-fi. So I've been making mostly trap for the good part of this year, and I like trap. I'm gonna make a trap beat for this live stream most likely. But yeah, I just miss making other styles of music, and specifically lo-fi music. So I actually have 2 remixes that in the tank right now. I just need to film. One of them is ready for me to film a video for. The other, I just made it. I just mixed it a couple days ago, so I just want to sit on that one a little bit more. But yeah, I'm getting back to putting out my own music, getting back into just putting stuff out on a regular basis, because yeah, the reason why I slowed down was because I wanted to really focus on building up my website, building up my customer base for my beat store, and that stuff was good. But also, what I caught myself doing was kind of just focusing a lot on that and not a lot on just other things that also bring in revenue or had the potential to bring in revenue. And also just also limiting my creativity to only kind of focusing on like one thing. So I'm back into just branching out into other stuff in addition to what I'm already doing. I definitely have the time to I definitely have enough time to devote myself to other areas in addition to the main thing that I do, which is selling beats. And yeah, that's to me, that's a lot. It's smarter to do in both the sense of business, because businesses do need multiple streams of income for the most part. Well, yeah, yeah, for the most part, especially in the music business. And it's just something else to keep me creative. I do like working with artists. But also I also do like putting out my own music as well. And there are other things that you want to do with collaborating with other artists, with putting out the typical lo-fi style music that I do make. So yeah, just expand myself in different avenues, even working more hands-on with a handful of local artists, because there are very talented artists in the area as well. Yeah, just doing a lot. So I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and let's go switch over to Logic Pro. And let's get to work. Actually, right before I switch over to Logic Pro, where's the thing? Here we go. Yeah, so that's my Spotify right there. If you want to check out the music that's already out there right now, mostly lo-fi music. As you can hear, the beat that's playing in the background right now as well. Yeah, got a handful of tracks on there that I think are pretty dope, which is why I put them out. But blessed to be included in a handful of playlists as well. And yeah, I'll be just putting out more music in the near future. So let me go ahead and actually drop this link in the... Oh, my chat's not even logged into my computer. Well, let's log into that real quick, actually. But yeah, as soon as I log into this chat, I'm gonna just drop the link in there real quick. Just in case anyone wants to check it out in the future or after we get done with the stream. And also just need to log in my chat to make sure that I know what's going on over here. I hate this stuff right here. Look. Hold up. Let me switch windows again. I always hate when you gotta do all that stuff, where you gotta match or click whatever this thing is. Bicycle, verify. There we go. Cool. So let me just drop this link in the chat really quick, and then we're gonna get to work. I have no idea what we're gonna make today. But we're gonna look through some loops and see what we come up with. Where's my chat again? There we go. Copy that link, paste. There you go. So yeah, just drop the link to my Spotify in the chat. I'm gonna pin this on YouTube really quick. Cool. So yeah, so if you want to check out Spotify later on, feel free to do that. There's tons of music just to vibe out to. It's perfect to, study, read books to, sleep to. Like this song just could be I should start submitting this song actually to lo-fi sleep playlists. I've been listening to those recently. But yeah, let's go ahead and close out of this. and let's see what we feel like making today. Cool. And as always, let me know how everything's sounding. Let me know if you have any questions about what we're doing over here while we're making the beat. Let me know if you have any questions about music production, music business in general, mixing and mastering. And yeah, let's go ahead and where's my sample pack folder? Here we go. Let's get to work. With this to load up. What folder do I feel like going into today? Let's go. Actually, I know which one I want. I just gotta find it. It is. It is. Where is it? Somewhere in here. I know what I'm looking for. I think I know what I'm looking for. It's. Anyways. There we go. Here it is. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Yeah, let's go with this one. I was gonna click through a couple of them, but actually I like this one. Let's use this. 140 BPM. Oh, perfect. Already lined up. Go ahead and loop this, and let's see what we can do. Just modifying the loop a bit to add my own little flavor and stuff. I'm meaning to play around with effects a lot more than what I normally do. I'm still kind of playing around with it, trying to figure out what sounds cool with certain things. That would be cool for like a certain section if I kept that one. Like not having on. Whoa, that preset's aggressive. Oh, that would be cool for like a quick section, like a break or something like that in the middle of a beat. Okay, cool. Let's bypass that for right now. I gotta find somewhere to put that. Well, when we arrange the beat, of course, that we'll find somewhere cool to put that. It's also dirty to sound up a little bit. I want to be kind of subtle, actually. Now, like a little bit more. There we go. We have that in subtle too. Actually, no, it doesn't need noise. Let me just put some. Bro, quick question. When you drop the kick direct in the section, you find it higher in volume, but when you sample it, reduce volume. Do you mind? I'm a little confused about the question. Wait, let me see what you're saying, Ian. You said, quick question. When you drop the kick direct in the section, you find it higher in volume, but when you sample it, reduce the volume. Do you mind? What do you mean by clearing it? I think I might just keep the ducking on for right now, actually. I like the ducking, maybe a little bit of... Yeah, I'll just keep the ducking on. Had the volume fade in a little bit in and out. I'm trying to ducking up a little bit more. I want that part to be a little subtle. Okay, cool. Maybe just put on... Oh, don't need all of that. So maybe just want to like saturate it a little bit. And put the chorus. I like this chorus effect. No, definitely does not need all that. Like how it reduces in volume. So if you use a sample, if you put a sample into quick sampler, let me show you real quick. Oops. We find like an 808 or something like that real quick. So yeah, so if you put something in the quick sampler, it does, I think for some samples it turns the volume down a little bit just to give you some headroom. Let me just find like a random sample so I can show you real quick. Yeah, there's a way I mean there are multiple ways you can just turn it back up. Let's just find a random, I don't know. Okay, this kick for example. And I personally mostly use quick sampler for like 808s or maybe like just other one shots. This for example, so got the kick right here. So if it reduces in volume, sometimes what it does is like it'll just turn like this volume knob down. So you can of course turn it back up by, you know, just cranking it that way, of course. I think I haven't tried messing with this before. I think you also can increase the volume by with this velocity knob. Let me try this real quick. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that also should give you some more volume right there too. You're just taking, I guess it's like a threshold thing or something like that. Yeah, so if you notice that if you load a sample in the quick sampler, and the volume goes down, try cranking either this knob right here or this knob problem might be the down over here. So then just crank this up as well, and then obviously of course this volume fader over here. Yeah, cool. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have any more questions or if that was a bit confusing or if I need to slow down a bit. I know I can talk a bit fast. I want to add this in subtly, like a little bit of that chorus, some of that saturation, maybe a little bit of that movement. Cool. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Let's go ahead and make some drums. Not that one. Bro, I make EDM type music. When you put the volume up, it goes negative level. What do you mean negative level? So like, I mean, as long as I'm trying to think of a way to explain it that makes sense. So, okay, so what do you mean by by negative level? Do you mean like it's going like below 0? Because in a lot of cases you may want it to be below 0, depending on your style of music. Maybe you might want some of your stuff to clip a little bit. I know for the most part people say don't. As long as your sounds are below, if you're looking to get a clean signal, a lot of the times you may want your sounds to actually be below 0. And then if you want to clip it, you can use like a soft clipper. Oh, you mean like it goes red? Yeah, so let me show you real quick. So, let me find, I should have just kept that sound right there. Hold up, my bad. Give me 1 second so I can find a sound so I can give you an example. Let me find like another kick again. So pulling this kick in a quick sampler real quick. So for that to load in, let's hear what this sounds like real quick. So right now, if you look over here onto the track, right now is minus 8.1, right? That's good. Now, depending on the sample that you may be using, that's still below 0. Let me pull this down some more. Yeah, so right there, it doesn't, at least in my headphones, it doesn't sound like it's distorting a whole lot. But right there, that may be what you're seeing right there. Is that like it's going into it's going above 0 right now. That is clipping at 1 decibel. If you do see that, first of all, just listen to it and hear if it sounds good or bad. Sometimes the sound can play above 0 and it doesn't really sound bad. Always really depends on the context of your specific song. If you do want everything to be below 0, if you see something like this where right now that's clipping, right now that's 1 decibel above 0. If you do notice that it is in the red, go over here under the amp section in quick sampler and just reduce that volume. And then of course you can bring it back up with the fader in Logic. If it's not loud enough, if the kick isn't loud enough or whatever noise that you're whatever sound that you're putting in the quick sampler, just take all your tracks, turn them down, and then turn this one back up, and then it should still be below 0. But then also it won't be clipping. So yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's get back into find some drum sounds. I want to look for like a rim shot. Ooh, I like that one. I might do like a rim and a clap. But let's see. Come on. There we go. I like that. I might find a clap for like a different section. Let's go ahead and find a hi-hat real quick. Well, that crash actually might be cool to start off certain sections. Let me put that in there actually. I'm gonna put like some reverb on that just to make the tail last a little bit longer. Yes, go back to finding a hi-hat. Let's make this pattern a little bit more interesting. I swap that hi-hat. I kind of like that hi-hat. I might want something a little bit brighter, or maybe I might make this one brighter in the mix. I don't know. Bro, do you giving some advice on putting a bass in the music? Yeah, so actually I have a video where I have a video where I explain how to. I don't know if this is answering your question. I have a video where I show how to how to tune an 808 in Logic. Do you have do you have any like specific questions about? I think I have a video on doing bass lines too. See if I can find that real quick. If you have a specific question about doing bass, I can try to answer that to the best of my ability as well. Let me see if I can find this video on. I don't know if it's gonna answer your question or not. I have a video on bass lines. It's more so for hip hop. Well, actually, it can correlate to other genres as well. I'm pretty sure I used like a hip hop beat as an example in this video. Drop this real quick. So you, oh, so you seen that? Yeah. Well, if you have any specific questions about bass lines, I'd be more than happy to actually try to point you in the right direction. So you have little knowledge of music theory when it comes to bass. Some of the basic things really when it comes to making bass lines, if you're looking for a place to start with it, the main thing is follow the root notes of the chords that you're playing in the song. Like that's the easiest way to get started. I know I'll explain it with music theory. Also trying to think of a way to explain it. Okay, so how much do you know about chords in example for just starting out? Like, do you know like the basics of making a chord? Starting out with like the basics, chords are made up. If you want to make like a really basic triad chord, for example, if you're playing piano, it starts off with the root note, which is the one, a third, and a fifth. Basically, that bass. So yes, yeah. So basically, the bass. If you just need a place to start out, just follow the chord progression basically. So if like for this, I'm gonna get you the bass for this beat in a little while, so I can break down what I do with that as well. But yeah, so like let's say for example, you're playing a C chord and you're trying to find a bass, and you want to fit a bass line around that. So the first chord, if the chord that you're playing is a C, the bass should also be a C. And then let's say the next chord after that's a G chord. Then with the bass you'd also just play that G note. And then you would just follow the pattern of that chord, just by playing just that one root note with the bass. And then later on, if you want to spice things up a bit, you can find other notes within the scale to like put in between the different bass hits. But typically wherever, it doesn't always have to be like this, but if you're just starting out and if you need somewhere to start out, just basically follow the pattern of the chord by playing that one root note, and then you'll be good to go. Like that'll be a good place to start. Oh no, that sounded good. Let me put that back. Whoa, that's not right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's try that again. Almost done with this. Okay, but now, okay, that's cool. Let's nudge those over a little bit so they can be a little off the grid. Can you tell me how to tune the kick I use transpose? Best way to tune the kick also would be to use I mean you can use quick sampler for that actually. So there are a couple different ways that you can tune a kick. In an ideal world, it doesn't always happen, but in an ideal world, you'll be using samples that have, you know, the key what note is playing in it right there. Doesn't always happen. I haven't tried doing this with a kick actually. Let me see if it will pop up in quick sampler. If not, I know how to do it from scratch. Let me see if the right note's gonna pop up. Okay, it didn't. So basically, what you can do is, there's a free plugin called Span. I don't remember off the top of my head where you can download it from, but if you like go on YouTube or if you Google Span VST or something like that, this should pop up. It's by a company called Vox Engo. I think that's how you pronounce it. So basically, get on the right track. Yes, okay. So basically, what Span's kind of like, it's like an analyzer pretty much. So you can see where what frequencies like your song or your sound or whatever you're using has in it. So if you look over here, this little bump over here, that's where the root of the kick is pretty much playing. This kick over here, is that an E note. So you can see over here, that's where like that little slope is. So if you see that, you can go over here in quick sampler, and then you can change like that root key or whatever to an E. And then if you hit it again, it'll also be it will be an E. Usually you want to tune your kick to the root to the key of the song. So what key are we in right here? This was originally in C major. So let's C minus 3. So we should be in A major. So then if I wanted the kick to be in tune with this song, for example, I could tune it down to A. Sometimes, honestly, maybe I should be doing this more often than I do. I don't always really tune the kick. Like if it sounds good in the context of the beat, I don't really change the tone of it too much. I honestly mostly use my ears. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if it sounds good with the song, I don't really worry about where it's hitting too much, which maybe it may or may not be right. I know tuning kicks is a big thing in EDM. People here and there in hip hop do it. For me, I just listen for it. Is the bass kicking through hard enough to where it's separated from the rest of the mix? Is it separated specifically from the bass sample that I use? If I hear them clashing a bit too much, then I'll either just find a different kick that pokes out a bit more, or I'll just shape the sound a little bit, like with EQ or just doing this, where I'll tune it up a little bit so it's not clashing with the bass as much. But yeah, but that's the way that you can do it. It's just if the kick has whatever the root note is in it already, you can just easily just tune the root key in quick sampler to whatever it is, or you can use this plugin right here, Span, and just see where it's hitting on that EQ. Look for where it's predominant in, so it could be anywhere from like E to G, and then tune it down from there. Find some an open hat. Oop, that's a kick. I want an open hi-hat. Turn it down a little bit. Ooh, that sounds cool. I don't know for sure if I'll use that, but let me put that in there. I like how that sounds. Okay, let's see if we can fit that in somewhere. Maybe like 1 or 2 more perk sounds. I kind of like this. Let's chop some of this off. Yeah, there we go. Ah, that was horrible. Bro, are you making a living out of producing? I feel like as a producer, people recognize us like they all study. But musician, it's really hard. Can you give advice on how to make a living? How to make a living by making music? Yeah, so I do generate income from producing. Not enough to live off of, but I'm in the process of actually being able to do that. Some places to start is basically one of the most important things that we need as people who make music is multiple streams of income. So for example, some people just starting out think that they only need to do one thing in order to make music, which could be putting some stuff out on Spotify or maybe just performing, right? And they think maybe if they just had that one hit single that blows up, they can live off of music. For some people, that can't happen. For a lot of us, we need to do things in addition to also generate income. For example, for artists, for people who put out music, it's not impossible, but it's really difficult to make money from streaming specifically because the way Spotify pays out is just really it's not a lot. It's on average between 0.003 to 4 or 5 cents, depending on what country you live in, or rather what countries are streaming your music. So in order to live off of just streaming, for example, you need to get, like, if you want to make $4,000 a month from streaming specifically, you need 1 million streams a month, which is possible, but not the easiest thing for people to do, right? So then for example, that could be one stream that you live off of, or one stream of income that you earn, but you'll also need other things in addition to that. So for example, I produce, I mix, I put out my own music. I'm getting into making sample packs. what else? What else I'm thinking? Oh, create content like this live stream, for example, and stuff on YouTube. And also I want to get into submitting music to different music libraries. Um, in a combination of all those things, and as well as like additional things that I can also get into, like for example, editing videos for other content creators or other businesses. Those all could be other ways to generate income. So basically, um, somewhere where you can get started off is find different things that you're interested in. Um, Learn how to do them to the best of your ability, and see if you can add value to people with your services. So, like you said, I don't know everything that you do specifically, but you say you make EDM music. Um, Something that you could do is, in addition to making your own music, you could produce for other artists who maybe want to sing or rap over EDM style beats, or maybe there's a local company who needs background music for a commercial, or like an ad or advertisement or something like that, and they need background music for it. Maybe you could help them out with pitching background music to them, or maybe if you're good at mixing and mastering, you could offer that to other artists. Even producers actually need mixing and mastering as well. That's something I haven't really advertised to producers specifically. Um, but yeah, really, some of the best ways to start is find different things that you're interested in. Um, learn how to execute them at a really high quality level and high quality ability, and find different ways to reach out to people and add value to them. Um, it also can really help to put out content on social media that can help drive traffic. If you have your own website, which I would recommend, you put out social media content on a regular basis. That also could be a way to drive traffic to your website, so then people can listen to more of your music, check out some more of your services, um, and then see if you're able to help them out in any way like that. So yeah, that was a little bit all over the place, but basically, I'm trying to think of a good way to like wrap all that up. Okay, so find different things that you're interested in. For me personally, I like producing for other artists. I like making my own music. I like mixing for other artists. Um, More so pre-pandemic, I liked recording people in my home studio. Record a handful of people now, not really a whole lot anymore, just because I want to keep myself and my family safe. Um, Find different things, or find different ways that you can add value to people. Um, Study them as much as you can, and just find the target audience for people who will be able to gain value from them, and then reach out to them. You said, can you tell me how to produce music for other artists, like cheat codes? Um, it's not really a cheat code to being able to produce for other artists. It's really, depending on where you live, you could reach out to local artists and see how yeah, you could reach out to local artists. I'm not sure like where you live or like what the music scene looks like around you. But if there are local open mic nights, you can visit them. Find the dopest artists there and see if you can ask them if you can produce for them. Um, you can put out your beats online and drive traffic to your website, to your social media. But there's no real cheat code for it. It's really just make really good music and reach out to a bunch of people. Um, that's like that's pretty much it. There's no real cheat code to it. It's just making sure your beats are at a level where people can sing or rap over them, and get them in as front as many people as possible. The way you do that is, like I said, is you can reach out to people. Well, not can, you should be reaching out to people when you're first starting out. Um, Whether it's people locally, or whether it's people online, not in a spammy way, but like you can, like, for example, if you're doing it the online way, um what I would recommend to do is put your beats out somewhere, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Um, Put them somewhere where people can listen to your stuff. Preferably put out content with your face in it, so that way you can be a bit more personable to people. Um, and so that's more so it's easier for them to connect with you. And then you can reach out to different artists on social media and ask them, or well, start a conversation with them, and just ask if they need production for anything, um if they're looking for beats for anything that they're working on. But basically just try to talk, basically just talk to artists. That's really the biggest. If there was a cheat code, it would be just making relationships with different artists, different musicians, um showing off your personality to them, and then seeing if and then doing that to be able to see if you can produce for them. The biggest mistake I see producers doing when they're trying to produce for other artists or sell beats online is just spamming people um asking them to buy their beats straight out the gate, um and assuming that that's how you can get people to work with you. That's that's just not how it works. So yeah, just really the quote unquote cheat codes is be personable. Put out your music somewhere so where people can hear it. Preferably release it in a way where people can see your face. If you want a good example of that, literally just look at my YouTube channel or look at my Instagram page or my TikTok page, and you can see I'm displaying my beats, but also I'm putting my face in the shot, and I'm just creating engaging videos so that way people can put a face to the beats, and then they'll be like, wow, this guy's an actual human. So then if I reach out to them, they can like get a feel for my personality, and maybe that will encourage them to work with me, work with me more. Bro, thanks, it helps out a lot. Hey, no problem, no problem. But yeah, so get really good at your craft. Make your beats available to listen to somewhere, whether there's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Also, preferably your own website. And then start conversations with other artists. It could be a mixture of in person or online, depending on what your specific goals are and just what the music scene looks like where you live. And then if they're liking your music, then they may be open to work with you. So that's really it. No real. I wouldn't really call it a cheat code. It's just be personable. Let's go ahead and save this beat really quick too. What do I want to call this beat? I was about to say take this. No, then it's gonna tell someone to steal it. I want to call this beat. Let's call it. I don't know, Professor. I don't know. I'll have to change that name later. That's a stupid name. I'm gonna change that name later. Cool. Let's get back into this. As soon as it loads up. Yeah, like maybe like one. I'm turning this metal thing down a little bit. I want like one more. Put this down. Once you go for production, drink a glass of water. That's a cheat code. This water bottle changed the game for me. No, I don't like putting that right there. Cool with that for right now. My 808s. Might swap out that thing out, maybe. Can you tell me how to send a project to a mixing engineer? Yeah, I can break that down real quick, actually. So depending on what software they use, you can do it one of two ways. If they use I'm not sure if you use Logic Pro X, but if you happen to use Logic, all you have to do is just find the project file, put it in a zip folder, and then you can send it through a website called WeTransfer.com. The other thing that you can do is if you I'll show you how to do this on Logic. I'm not sure what I don't know how to do in other DAWs just because I haven't. The only ones I've used are Logic and Pro Tools. If you use Logic, and let's say the mixing engineer that you want to work with does not have Logic, what you can do is go up here, File, Export, in all tracks as audio files. So use Logic. Perfect. Yeah. So my bad. I lost my train of thought. So if you're sending your project to another mixing engineer who does use Logic, you can just send them the project file, and then or if there's someone who does not use Logic, or if they just want you to send the track outs to them, go over here to File, export all tracks as audio files, and wait for this to load up. Over here on Normalize, click off. If you so basically what the Normalize does, it just compresses all of your audio files. You don't want that. Range, it can be either trim silence at file in, or export cycle range, and then just make sure that this is looped all the way to the end of your song. And then just make a folder. Just make just demo trackouts. I'm not gonna create the folder actually, but yeah. So then you would just hit create, and then you hit export, and basically what that would do is that sends all of your audio files to that folder, and then you just zip it up and then send it to the mixing engineer. Oh, and a big thing with that is make sure that you label all of your tracks accordingly. Like for me, I mix songs for other people. My biggest pet peeve is when I get tracks that are not labeled. Especially for things, well, specifically in situations where like I'm mixing vocals for people. I like having this labeled like lead vocal, background vocal, dub, so that way I know like which is which. So make sure you just label everything, and that will make the job for the mixing engineer a lot easier. We're in A. Put this down. Let's have that last note. Yeah, so back to your question earlier about making bass line. So all I did with this one was I just followed the root note of the chords that are in that loop, and I just played a rhythm that goes along with it. And also, if you heard before, I was playing it an octave higher than where than what the final bass line would be, because especially if either you don't have speakers with a lot of bass in them, or if you don't have a subwoofer, or if you're using headphones that may not have a lot of bass. These actually do have really good bass in them. But if you're using speakers or headphones that don't have a lot of bass, even then it's easier to actually be able to pick out the notes that you're playing just by playing your bass line or your 808 in octaves or two higher. So a lot of times I'll start out playing the 808 or the bass an octave higher than where I would keep it for the actual song, so I can hear the notes and make sure that they're in key, and then I'll just go ahead and transpose them down. Not sure about this note over here. if that's an A major. Go quantize it real quick. Okay, that's right. I need to be tightened up a little bit, actually. Some of those I want to ring out into each other. Some of them I don't want to ring out for too long. This one. There we go. Oh, that caught me off. Fix that loop. So technically, this could be everything in the beat. I want to try adding in a handful more instruments. Nothing too crazy. Let's see what I can find right now that can fit. Can't find anything, I'm gonna come back to this later and then just arrange it. But this is pretty much like everything. Well, not everything, but this is like the main foundations for the beat right now. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, I think it's coming together pretty well. I don't like the sound in particular, but I like the melody just came up with. I'm gonna track that sound really quick, and track this pattern really quick, and I'm gonna change that sound. Let's find a better sound for this. Nah. another couple different sounds. I think it could have potential to sound cool. Nice vibe. Thank you. Pretty simple. Keep it kind of, it's like the in between being chill, and being more upbeat. Let me change up like the second half. Now let's put that back. Try that out. Don't know for sure if I'll keep that, but why not? I like putting down a bunch of stuff, seeing what I keep. And yeah. I want a different sound for like this low part. We got an omnisphere. Ooh, that might work. Like, I want like a really basic counter melody. Basic. That's all I needed right there. Change up the sound a little bit. I want to slow down the attack on. It's like a what piano sound. So I just want this to be like really ambient. It's almost like a string. Let's dirty the sound up a little bit too. I just pretty much just turn that key into a pad. That's pretty cool. I think I might be cool with this right now. Let's go ahead and start arranging. Might change my mind and put down maybe like, if I did put down another melody, maybe it might be like one more. I think I might be cool with this right now. Let's go ahead and arrange. As always, once again, let me know if you have any questions. We have some pretty dope questions coming in from Sea Lion Sound for a good part of the stream, which is dope. Appreciate you for tuning in. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions like that, or if I need to go back and explain something that we previously talked about in better detail. But yeah, but that's why I do these live streams in the first place. You know, make beats, hang out with other like-minded artists and producers, and answer as many questions as possible. Go ahead and get to arranging this. Not super beat itself is not really super complex. Where I make it a bit more interesting now is in the arrangement. Taking things out, putting things back in, adding different breaks or different patterns to different parts of the beats. And yeah, go ahead and that. Keep this stuff a bunch. Doing that. I'm gonna label everything later. Normally, when I'm not on stream, what I just do is I label and color everything so I know which track is which. On the stream, I try to keep things going, and I might just do it like on the go. But yeah, I always recommend labeling your tracks, because when things just come in like instrument 1, instrument 2, instrument 3, or whatever, mad confusing, makes the work for the engineer. It makes the work for the engineer a lot harder, and you probably don't want to do that. He or she is pretty much in charge of making sure your music sounds good. If you yourself don't mix your own music, so always label your tracks. I'll go through and label the rest of them later, or as it plays rather. Oh, let me actually just color this part. One of those is like a higher octave. One is the low octave. I'm gonna start this off with loop, hi-hat, and rim. Oh, in the crash. Cool. I'll take out like the perks over here for this part of the verse. What does that effect streaks thing sound like? I maybe might have it come in like for a brief, like a first 1 or 2 bars. Try this. Maybe. Not right there. There we go. Okay, now we gotta do some of the drums right there. Ooh, this is gonna sound cool. So now we're gonna slow down this bass line a little bit in this part. put like maybe like a snare fill, like this last little part. Let's find a cool snare. Oh, actually no, I have a different kit I want to use. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking about this so far. I like how this is turning out. It's relatively simple, but trying to make it a bit more interesting with this arrangement. Find the snare that I'm looking for. I want to do like a really quick feel right before the hook comes back in. I know which one. I'm pretty sure I know which one I'm looking for. Name. Pretty sure it's this one. I might want a brighter one. Let's just put this down for right now. We'll worry about swapping that out later. Let me get this idea down. Yeah, I want a brighter snare. Actually, no, that could fit. I don't know. But let's come back to that. Let's knock out this hook real quick. Okay, so we got the first half of the track pretty much done. Let's switch it up a little bit in this verse. We arranged pretty similar to the first verse, but changing up small things here and there. Ooh, I have an idea for this part. Oop, on. Chop out this loop a little bit right here. Similar to how there was like that like little. I did that thing with the Effectrix plugin. Just gonna chop up this part of the loop a little, chop up this part of the loop a little bit right here, just to give like a different dynamic to this part of the beat. Keep the listener and the artist interested, and keep going from there. I don't know. Ooh, it sounded cool with the bass. I don't know if it's gonna sound cool with this loop doing this. actually, yeah, that's cool. There we go. Copy this stuff over. I think I might keep that. Actually, no, I might take the bass out right before the hook this time. I wonder what the effects could sound like over here. Ooh, let's try it. That might be a cool way to end the song. Cool, I think I might be feeling this. Let's play this from the top, and if you're feeling it, let's move on to beat number 2. One thing, wait, I want to change up intro hi-hat pattern. We'll take this part out. Okay, now let's play this from the top. Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Pretty simple beat, but I think this has tons of space for an artist. I like it as simple. Yeah, yes. I try to make a lot of my beats relatively simple. Just because if you listen to a lot of modern music, that is what a lot of artists just tend to write over. It gives the artist a bit more freedom. Yeah, exactly that. The artist is the main, or in hip hop music in particular, the artist is the absolutely most important instrument. That key sound can come up a lot more, actually. cool. I'm happy with how this sounds. Like I said, pretty simple beat. Great. Has a lot of room for an artist to be able to do their thing. There's probably a couple changes I'll do to this later on, make the arrangement a little bit more interesting. Definitely want to put some more reverb, or I didn't put any reverb on the crash yet, but putting some reverb on that crash, maybe like a delay sound too, to have make the sound have a longer tail. Other than that, I think this is pretty good. If I had to send it off just like this, I wouldn't be mad at it. So this beat's pretty much done. Just saved it, named all the tracks accordingly, got the arrangement down. Let's go ahead and move on to beat number 2. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, I should have said this a lot earlier in the stream. If you haven't already, greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you clicked out of the chat for a brief moment, hit the thumbs up button. If you're rocking with what we're doing over here, hit that thumbs up button. And subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you know whenever we go live and whenever I upload another full-length video. And if you're watching on Twitch, we'll also greatly appreciate it if you drop a follow on there as well. Let's go find another loop and let's go on to beat number 2. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Hope you're getting some good value out of this. Hope you're being able to learn something new. We talked about a handful of different topics today. Had a lot of questions from C-Line Sound, asking a handful of questions about production and mixing. This is dope. I love answering questions like that. Let's see what some of these sound like. Ooh, this is dope. Yeah, we're gonna. Oops, it's one. Yeah, that'd be crazy fast. Yeah, we're using this. Hold up. Hold up. Tracks. Hold up. Turn the bass out. Ooh, this sounds great. This sample sounds really good. Ike Youngest says, "Can you explain how to make an 808 longer?" 1 second. So okay, how to make an 808 longer. I don't know for sure if it works exactly with like 808 samples. But if you're using like an 808 that's from like, let's say like a synth or like a VST like Serum or Omnisphere, for example, what you could do is over here on the ADSR thing, whatever it's called, the ADSR section of the VST or whatever it's called, my bad. You would just turn up it's either the decay or the sustain. Now I think which one would it be? I think actually would be the decay that you would turn up, so that way it just holds out a bit longer. I'm not sure how to do it with an actual, like, if you're just putting like a sample in the quick sampler. I don't know for sure if there's a way to do that. I haven't really tried, to be completely honest. So for example, like if I'm using an 808 sample, for example, that's in like a drum kit pack, I would just choose an 808 that already sounds fairly long, if that makes sense. Or I like just long enough for what sounds good with the beat. If you are using something that's like just from like a VST, just turn up that decay, and that will make it last longer. But that's a really good question though. I'm about to look into that more for myself too, actually. thank you, very helpful. Hey, no problem. Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions. I hope they did point you in the right direction. Oh, okay, this key is perfect. Gives up like a little bit. Oh, this is beautiful. I like this. This sample is crazy nice. Kind of like a rim shot. Lots of space. I'm not sure if I want to add any other. I mean, I might add something to like this section. This is definitely something I don't want to overkill with adding too many instruments. Like this has a lot of space for an artist. I probably will add something over here, but definitely don't want to overkill this one. Oh, not this pack. Cartel. Let's find a rim shot. See, that's hard. Bet. Gotta use like a pretty bright hi-hat on this. Kind of bright, like a brighter hat. That one could work, but let's see what else. I wonder what this sounds like. Yeah, I agree. It's out of the sample way. Hi-hat is crazy, bro. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, basically what I'm basing my sound selection off of is like pretty much like the tone of the sample. And that's something that like sound selection is a really big thing because you can have good sounding drums or good sounding samples or good sounding VST instruments or whatever, or patches rather. But if the sounds aren't like, if they don't mesh well together, it doesn't matter how good they sound individually because it will all just sound, they'll all just be clashing essentially. So I'm hearing this loop, it sounds really bright. Also, the sounds themselves are bright, and also I just transposed it so it sounds even brighter. So I'm just kind of looking for, when I was picking out that rim, I remember that rim, this particular one off the top of my head, that it sounds pretty bright. And then just going with different, like trying to find a hi-hat that also good, excuse me, that also sounds a little bit bright as well. Let's go ahead and make this pattern a bit more interesting too. It has a complemented, I agree, nice and clean. Yeah, exactly that. adding some extra notes here and there. I like this is going. There we go. Hard, bro. Keep building. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. No doubt. It's hard for me to click in melodies, but I can click in like the drum patterns like this. Come on. I messed up. Oh, hold up. Logic Pro is crazy. I'm with Windows. I can't get it. Yeah, man. I love using Logic Pro. Ooh, wait. That quick little roll there is kind of cool. Yeah, but yeah, man. Logic is super dope. I mean, you got Windows, so you can use FL. I haven't used FL on my own. I used it, I think twice when I was at someone else's studio. FL is really dope too. I'm not sure if that's what you use, but I mean, there's dope stuff you can get on PC as well. Ableton is another really dope one as well. There's another producer I work with. His name is Vibe Revive. He uses he uses Ableton on his PC. With this nudge, oh, and even like what the program I'm using to do my drums in Machine, that's also available on Windows. Find 808. This is the same one I used in the last beat, but I might use it again in this one. What key are we in? What key are we in? What key are we in? E flat minor apparently. E flat minor, F sharp major, one of those. Definitely gotta quantize that because I did not play a lot of that with any proper rhythm. My gosh. I'll just be take your time. I don't know why. It sounds like a vocal sample saying something like that. I don't even know. I don't know. Definitely let me know what you're thinking about this. Drink of water. So I'm using machine and have the collector's edition. Oh, that's lit. How you liking the collector's edition? I started out with machine actually. I just started out using machine in its native software. Eventually I got GarageBand when I started. Well, my computer came with GarageBand, which is a free program. So I was using GarageBand to record other artists, and then eventually I got Logic Pro. Started using machine because I didn't know how to actually integrate machine inside of Logic for the longest time. Eventually I did figure out how to integrate them both together, and I've been using them ever since. That's dope, Sam. Yeah, man. The one thing I it would be really dope if at some point they made machine like a full-on DAW. Like I think that would be super dope because like machines are super dope at like being able to make beats or knock out beats in them, and it's really dope to be able to perform with the machine software. It's really hard to mix in it. Which is why was one of the reasons why I got Logic. So when I'm recording my own vocals or other artists' vocals, it's really dope for that. Really dope for editing audio, in my opinion. That's one thing I think machine really lacks in. I think at some point they might maybe I don't know, maybe in like a machine 3.0, maybe they'll make it like a full-on DAW. I don't know, but I mean, I still love it. I love using it for my drums and for chopping up samples. Oh, and their expansions are crazy nice. Their expansions are slept on for sure. Black Friday's coming up pretty soon too. So I mean, Complete is gonna be most likely gonna be on sale. What else? I mean, yeah, the expansions are gonna be on sale. Definitely, if you're not already sign up their email list and look out for that. Everybody say the mixing is hard in Machine. It definitely is. Cause like there's no like real meters in there to my knowledge. So you need like a third-party meter or whatever to see where all your levels and stuff are. It's not as straightforward as just being able to like go over here, you know, find whichever thing you're looking for and just put it on. It's more difficult than what I think is. Well, I don't really think it's meant. You can mix a Machine. It's just hard. I'd rather just do everything inside of Logic where it's kind of made for mixing anyways. You know, so that would be something really dope. That if they were able to make mixing easier in a future version of Machine, I think that would be game changing for them. But until then, I mean, my workflow with integrating the Machine as a plugin inside of Logic, I think that's dope. For me, that saves me time anyways, because I used just switch things up. I haven't really done this in the last 2 years, or last multiple years or whatever. Sometimes I would just want to switch things up and just produce straight in the Machine software itself, and then just export the files to Logic. For me, it's just unnecessary work. I just like being able to do everything all in one place, which is why my workflow is the way it is, where I just use Machine inside of Logic. It would be really dope if they were able to make mixing a lot easier in a future version of it. So Logic and Machine go great together. DDS does it that way as well. Yeah. DDS is super dope. He's one of the people who he turned me on to this workflow in particular. But I still watch him a lot. But when I was like first learning how to use Machine, I was watching him do his cookup videos and stuff like that. I haven't seen his recent ones where he did integrate Logic and Machine together. But yeah, I mean that's what he does though. Like he'll make the beat on the Machine and then he'll export it all to Logic to mix it. I mean if that workflow works for him, that's dope. I mean he's been doing this longer than I have, so I mean I'm not at all gonna knock his workflow. This stuff is dope. For me, I just don't like working like that. I just like having everything all in one place. I think we had a chat maybe like a week or two ago about someone was asking what did he ask? I think he asked if I like bounce everything down and move into a different project or whatever. Some people like to bounce their tracks out and like mix and master them in a different project session. For me, I don't like doing that. That's just way too much organization. I like keeping things simple and just doing everything all in one project file. So I'll literally like produce, like in theory, if I were to like to record an artist over this, I would literally just record them in the same project session, mix, master it, all that stuff. It wouldn't be bouncing everything around. It's just more simple that way. Let's tighten up this 808 a bit more. I'm gonna put some more stuff in the drums too, but this is a good foundation already. This is my thing right here. Being able to make chill beats still sound pretty hard. There we go. Also, if you haven't already, we greatly appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button on the video. That helps people, or that helps push this live stream out to more people. who may be interested in this type of content, and greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, this is tough. See if we can find like an open hat. So, Mr. Comment over here. So, yo, what's up, G? Sorry to interrupt, but can you drop feedback on the track for me, please? If you're busy, it's cool. Yeah, drop your track in the chat, and then I'll pull it up, and then we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I got lost. I wasn't even watching the chat on Twitch. My bad. Yeah, if you're still in the chat, go ahead and drop your track in the chat, and then you can go over and get some live feedback. It's not me personally, but it's my friend's track. Just want to hear an opinion from an American producer. Thank you. And no problem. Dope. We got a YouTube link. Cool. Let's go ahead and give this track some quick feedback. We'll give it live here on the stream. I'll just give my honest opinion on it, and we'll go on from there. We got lovely an advertisement. Load up, load. Come on. Big love. Hey, no problem. That's the purpose of the stream, is to be able to help people out. Skip this ad. Shout out to Grammarly. Okay. Hopefully this loads in a timely manner. Got a nice view count too. 159,000 views. This is dope. Okay, come on. It's taking sweet time today. To Grammarly. Yeah. Oh, my bad. There we go. Okay. Cool. We got Bam Bam. It's my bad. Ignorance by Bam Bam. Let's go.
Like a nigga before a nigga jump in, nigga should know what this shit do like. Nigga should know what it do like. Nigga should know what come with this. And accepting that on the chin and abiding by the laws and the rules and regulations.
Really like the guitar and the beat.
That's gangster. You feel me? Somebody who ain't never broke the rules.
Man, I think I'm dead inside. Free the guns I left inside. I used to stress at night. Going through them stressful times. Thinking I ain't pressed for time. Got me riding endless time. A friend of ours, a friend of mine. Join me in my
See, I don't know the accents hard to understand. I think the vocals need to be sound a little clearer. More than so than accent.
Pay the price, but I know there's a price to pay. I don't know where I'm heading, but I'm praying now. Find a way. I pray I'm going heaven. Pray I don't go to hell. Do you know how it feels to spend your birthday in a cell?
No, I'm messing with this.
I'll do another one as well. Can only blame it on myself. Should have picked a different road, but now I'm on this road. I'll never disrespect the code. I'll never disrespect that oath. I'll never disrespect.
That guitar is crazy nice.
The line and I'm too cold to empathize. I'll never go and testify. Unless I'm going there to life to stop my bro from getting life, and that's the life. If I had to squeeze my burner, I ain't do it for a strike. If I did it for my nigga, I ain't do it for a price. Yeah, I know a couple niggas that be moving bricks of white, and I know a single mom that shots food to get a buy. My nigga works with sales Yale for some mule on the side.
Yeah, so no, I'm feeling this. So I mean, my only real feedback, honestly, first of all, the beat's super dope. And really, when it comes to just the vocals, like honestly, they're just not coming in as clear as they could be. It's not really as much of his accent as much as just how they were mixed with the entire track. So I'm not sure like if because you said it's someone you know, right? Or I mean, it's always your friends. I'm just going back in the chat. So yeah, so that's your friend's track. Yeah, so I would just talk to him and see if he can talk to his engineer, unless he's the one who mixed the vocals. I'm not sure if he's mixing it or if he recorded them at a studio and someone else is mixing them for him. I would just honestly, my only feedback for that is just make the vocals sound more clear. And that's really just a mixing thing. I was really feeling I was messing with what he was talking about. The beat itself was hard. That guitar is crazy nice. That video looked really sharp as well. Yeah, my thing is just make sure those vocals come in a bit clearer because, you know, it's a dope track. I can tell he's saying some really dope stuff, and the audience should be able to hear what he's saying and be able to hear it clearly. I could understand it for the most part. There were some things here and there where it's just, since the vocals were low, it was kind of hard to understand what he was saying. Other than that, I just say just fix that, fix the levels of his vocals, and then it'll be straight. He said that's what I thought too when it was mixed, but this was years ago. I think he should remix it and drop it again. But thank you, big love. Hey, no problem, no problem. I mean, clearly people are liking it because like it's got over 159,000 views. Over almost 200 comments too. So I mean, mad likes on it. So clearly it worked for his audience. So I mean, that's fire. If it works, it works. I don't think it would hurt if he did put out a remix for it and then actually did, you know, did the mix again. He said, "Do you work with any UK artists? If you don't, you should try to reach out to some artists." That would be dope. I'm definitely not opposed to working with artists from the UK. That actually would be really cool. I listened to a handful of, I don't know, I listened to some like instrumental music from the UK. Oh, I don't know if it's from the UK. I know they're from Europe. I don't know if they're from the UK specifically. I know there are a handful of like UK art or rappers actually that I do listen to. They're not really like popular, so I don't know if you know them. There's a rapper named SO. He's a Christian rapper. I think he's from London. I don't know for sure. I know for sure he's from the UK. UK drill instrumentals go crazy. They do, man. Yeah, I've been getting into drill recently. I mean, I've known about drill for a minute. But I've been listening to it a bit more recently. More so, I guess, New York style drill. I'm not super familiar with UK drill. But I do want to listen to it more just to listen to something new. Who's some UK drill artists that you like actually? I definitely want to start listening to some more drill music. But yeah, actually, I really do want to start working with people internationally. I listen to international music. I listen to a lot of Latin music actually. Because I'm half African American, half Puerto Rican, and also have people from the Dominican Republic in my family. So I listen to a lot of Latin music. Yeah, it would be really dope to also collaborate with people from the UK. The New York drill beats came from UK drill. That's where Pop Smoke used to get his beats from. Yeah. I remember watching an interview with Pop Smoke where he was talking about. I don't remember everything he said verbatim. He was talking about how he was getting. He wanted to get like a different style of beat, so he was looking up like UK drill. I don't know how much of a difference the sound is between the two, just because I don't really. I'm starting to get into drill more. I didn't really listen to a whole lot of drill before, just because I just wasn't relating to a lot of the content that I was talking about. So I would like turn it on while I play video games or whatever, and then go back to vibing out to what I normally vibe out to. But yeah, collabing with artists from the UK would be super dope. I'm just trash making drill beats. I made like one drill beat that was okay, and I didn't even finish it. I do want to get better at drill though, because drill's tough. It is a genre I want to start getting into. Not to make my main thing, just to make myself feel more creative, but something a little different. A New York boy rap started. Chicago made the first drill sound, and now the current drill sound is made by UK. That's accurate. That people like, I know like Chief Keef is a big pioneer, like the Chicago drill sound in particular. Let's go right back into this. beat has mad potential. Backing vocals are crazy dope. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. That crash was actually sounds really cool. Turn it down a bit. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't want to use a snare. I know what sound I want to use. It's like a clap sound from a different kit. So we gotta fill this up with like just some more percussion right now. Which clap is it? I know which one it sounds like. Not that one. I think it's this one. No, I know where. It's in one of these. Oh, there we go. Yo, that's perfect. Oh, no, let me undo that one.